Unfortunately, sign language is silent.
Oh,
it doesn't work in a podcast.
Sorry, I just talked so much the last episode. I thought I would just sign this one.
No.
No. Hello, everyone. I'm also doing it on my camera right now. So hello, everyone. Welcome back to Funny Pair, where two pairs in a pod may not be in the same orchard, but we are always ripe for a chat. I'm Madeline. My name is...
And I'm Brianna.
I can't... Okay, for some reason when I spell my name, I'm like, my hand twitches. Like I'm stuttering with my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got a sign language stutter. Nope. My name is... Yeah, that's what I just spelled.
I don't even know if I can spell... This is B, right? Or is this D?
Yeah, that's B. This is D.
Okay. B-R-I-A.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember H.
It's like this.
H-N?
Yeah, N.
A.
Yeah.
Wow,
we're
I'm
learning
bilingual.
Yeah. So mine is M-A-D... Oh, nope. M-A-D-E-L-E-I-N-E. It's those E's.
You got a lot of
E.
E.
I know.
Yeah, you got a lot of E's.
My E-L-E looks like...
Oh,
like it looks like Brianna picking up a Cheerio as a kid.
Literally. That's a great impression, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Well, literally nobody saw that, but
I know.
We were doing sign language. So anyway, today, hello everybody. Welcome in. I hope all the pairs are doing great out there. Happy you're here.
Yes.
We are bringing it back full circle to the conversation that we never got to in not last week's episode, but the week prior to that. Because last week's episode was very, very exciting, very special. We had to do that one, so we had to have a little break. But yes, so we're going to be doing some Am I the Drama or Am I the Asshole scenarios today.
Yes. So this is part 2 from Stinky Smell, which was 2 weeks ago, if y'all can think all the way back to that episode.
Yes.
We didn't get to it because we were talking about shrimp and vehicular manslaughter, and like we went on this whole like existential tangent that we had to cut because it was so long of us. Like, where's our place in the world? And then we were like, oh shoot, we're still recording. And it's 10:30. Looks like we gotta cut this up into part 2. So so basically we have taken to Reddit yet again, and we are going to read through some of the posts that people have put up there on the Am I the Asshole subreddit, where some drama may have happened, and we're going to determine whether if like they were the drama or if they're in the right and they're justified. So
yes.
Yes.
I love it. I will say, I mean, one thing to know about both of us on Funny Pair, which I think a lot of pairs already know this about us, but we love drama. I don't necessarily like being in the drama, but I like hearing about the drama, talking about the drama.
Yes, listening to the drama.
I just don't want to be a part of said drama.
Right. I don't want to be a character, but I would gladly, like, I want to know what's happening.
Yes.
I'm trying, I'm getting the current news of today, and like really I just want to know all the facts so I can make my own, opinions on things, but I have to know all the things that are happening. So please tell me all the drama so that we can all make our own opinions. And that's what we're doing today. We are basically listening to people. We're listening. We're going to be reading some people's very hot takes and am I the butthole moments, and we're going to judge them essentially and be like, yes or no.
All right. Well,
you start and then we'll go back and forth that way.
Okay. So I'm going to read like the title of it. You know how on Reddit they like list what the title of their Am I the Drama thing is, and then it goes into their story. Okay. So this one says, technically, would I be the asshole if I reject naming my baby after my fiance's dying sister? So the story is I'm 30 female, pregnant with our first. My fiance, 31 male, and I have been planning to get married for a while now and settled on next year. The reason for this is very sad, and I'm not blaming her at all for all of this, but my sister has cancer, or his sister has cancer, and every time we planned to do something, she would get sicker and we would have to put our plans on hold. We decided on next year because that's when we'll be together for 10 years, and we thought it would be cute to do it on their anniversary. The sister also seemed to start getting better, so we were happy about that and planning on her attending. As it turns out, she's not getting any better, and we got the surprise of a lifetime in getting the news that we're pregnant. My fiance was so excited he told his parents, and they live with the sister in another country. But since we found out, his mother and him as well have been dropping hints that we name the baby after his sister. They already gave some options if it's a boy or if it's a girl. Luckily, not naming the child her name directly, but giving variations of it. And I don't want to. I haven't liked a single name that they've proposed. I don't want to be the bitch now and say, no, screw yourself while everyone is waiting for her to pass. But I also want this to stop. We don't even know the damn gender yet, and I don't want my child to be a reminder of an aunt they'll never meet if she passes before my due date. So would I be the asshole if I don't name my baby after her, and with that, tell them now while they're grieving?
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say no, because you haven't, it's not like you told them no and it was this whole big fight and you did it in a really, disrespectful way. It's just, I don't really like it and I want to tell them, but I don't know if I'm going to come off as being the butthole, whatever. So personally, no, because I think she's right in saying that it's going to be a reminder, a constant reminder of the loss, and it's just going to reopen that wound again and again. And it's I feel like the child should have its own name too. Instead of just, oh, well, let's use the baby as a reason to be a reminder of the sister. It's no, that's not. I mean, maybe a compromise could be the first letter of her name, maybe do a name that starts with the same letter. So it's a little homage, but I mean, if she's going to be the mom, so it's mom has a say, dad has a say, mother-in-law doesn't really have a say, in my opinion. So you can take suggestions, but no, I don't think she's the asshole at all for thinking that way, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree, but I do think that, because the way they're making it sound, at least in this, was that they've all been giving suggestions around his sister's name, even him. So it's not only the mother-in-law is making this decision or only the father-in-law or whoever.
Seems like everybody's on board.
And everybody's on board for it. And I mean, it doesn't really speak to the relationship between him and his sister, but she could be this amazing person that he absolutely loves and wants to honor her in some kind of way.
Yeah.
So I think to completely disregard his opinion of wanting the baby to be named after his sister in some kind of way is not right. Yes, you are the asshole for that. But at the same time, it is your kid and you do have a say as well.
Yeah.
So I think coming to some kind of compromise of if it's the first letter, or maybe it's
a middle name.
You can name her, a middle name, or maybe there's a cute nickname that she used to be called when she was a kid or something, and that's something that you can carry on. So her name legally isn't his sister's name, but maybe it's I don't know, for example, her nickname is Gia or something, and maybe they can fit that in some kind of way. Right. I don't know.
Because I'm trying to think of what the sister's name could be that the girl's I don't like anything. Right. And I'm thinking Patricia or something.
Well, it says another country. It says in there that she lives with her parents in another country. So it makes me think that they might be foreign. So it's a foreign name that maybe she doesn't care for. Because, I mean, that's a truthful thing. Foreign names sometimes get, everything is, okay, in America, there's certain things that are really popular and that people like. But that might not be popular or liked in another country. So it's, every country is different in terms of that kind of thing. So it could just be a name that's unique to this portion of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it means something different in English that doesn't mean that in their language or something.
Yeah. And
So
maybe it sounds different in like an English
Right.
accent too. Like if
Right.
you say it in English, it sounds a little wonky, or, you know, maybe it's hard to pronounce or hard to spell. And then it's like, that's a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of factors where it's like, I don't think she's the asshole for thinking like this.
Right.
Because you should have a say in what you name your child. But also, I don't think you should just outright refuse and say, I'm not naming her that or him that or whatever the baby is going to be. You know, it's like, you should definitely discuss it, because if you keep it bottled in, it's going to explode at one point and then you're going to say the wrong things.
Right.
But if you talk about it and try and come up with a compromise that'll make everybody happy, then, you know, like, talk with the sister. What does the sister think?
Right.
You know, like, if, you know, if she was close with her, maybe discussing it just directly with her and being like, look, no offense to your name, but here's the problem, you know, depending on everything. But
yeah, it also depends on how you present the information of, I don't like your name. Because like that can come off like an asshole very easily.
Right.
So
it depends on how close you
just
are.
gotta be careful.
If you're close,
that, you know,
then it's like, look, I love you. You know, I love you. But I've been thinking about, like, I don't know if she's like us, where we're like, I've been thinking about baby names since I was 15 years old. And I'll be honest, your name was not on the list, but I still want to honor you in some way. You know, maybe like that's when you have that kind of conversation.
Right.
That's tough when it feels like everybody else has made the decision for you and you haven't had a say yet.
Yes.
And you're like, but what about me? Like, I'm the one that's actually pregnant. So it's like, I get her dilemma. I think if you just go about it in a kind way, then you'll be fine.
Yes. Yes.
I really want to know what the name is.
I do too. Yeah.
When was that posted? Do you know?
These were all posted recently. I think this one was posted within the last few days. Or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I want to come back and see what they eventually name it, because
there's one on here that I think, like, at the time of me writing it down, it was posted like 36 minutes ago or something like that. So they're all very recent to recording this. They're very fresh. Yeah.
Wow, fresh topics. For real. Man, oh man. All right, my first one is, am I the asshole for secretly replacing my wife's cat with a look-alike from a shelter? My wife, 34 female, has a black cat named Shadow for years before we got married. Or had this black cat Shadow for years before we got married. I, 35 male, love animals, but Shadow hated me. Actually, Shadow hated everyone. He scratched, hissed, bit, and destroyed furniture. No matter how much I tried to win him over, it never worked. My wife was super attached to him, though, and always said he just has a strong personality. Fast forward about a year into our marriage, Shadow had clawed my face again, and I was at my breaking point. I didn't want to ask her to give him up. It would break her heart, but I couldn't live like that anymore. Then I had a thought. I started visiting local shelters just to see. I ended up finding a cat that looked almost identical to Shadow, same black coat, green eyes, nearly identical build, but this one was sweet. I visited him multiple times to be sure. One day my wife was out of town and I made the switch. I brought Shadow to a no-kill rescue organization with full disclosure of his behavior and adopted the shelter cat, who I started calling Shadow as well. Here's the kicker. My wife never noticed. Not only did she not notice, she even said things like, I think Shadow's finally warming up to you and he's gotten so calm lately. 6 years passed.
Oh my Jesus.
We had a baby, life moved on, the cat has been amazing, gentle, but recently, while drinking with a couple of friends, I told the story, half joking, half relieved, to just get it off my chest. One of my friends told me that I have to tell my wife because she deserves to know. Another said I was basically a genius, that the cat swap probably saved my marriage. Well, I did end up telling her. She was silent for a long time and then just said that's not funny, and she's been weird with me ever since, distant and cold. I truly thought she'd laugh or at least understand. So now I'm wondering, was I actually wrong? It's not like I threw Shadow out on the street. He went to a place better equipped to handle him. And my wife and I have had 6 happy years with a loving cat that she truly believes is the same one. But I did lie. So am I the asshole?
Yes, you're the asshole.
Yes.
Like, what do you... I don't even know how to react to this right now. I would be pissed. Okay, I've had a dream before where this kind of has to do with it, but I had a dream where all of a sudden all these cats started coming into my house and they looked identical to Speed Bump and Bones. Like identical.
All their little minions.
And I was trying to find my cats because I wanted to make sure I had my cats and like get them separated so I can try and get all these other cats out. But if I like whatever, that doesn't even have to do with this story. Point is, yes, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have. That's just so incredibly wrong.
I know.
In my opinion. Like, I'm glad that you guys had 6 great happy years with this new cat and your wife might not have noticed, but why would your wife ever even think that you would take her cat,
right? Of course,
give it to a shelter and then get a new one and bring it home? That should have been a conversation that you had with your wife. I mean, okay, you can't tell her to get rid of her cat, but maybe there's like some calming medication or something that the cat can go on or whatever to help it warm up to you or what, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know, but that you're the asshole.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. The thing that popped into my brain when I read this story was I know that parents sometimes do that with like fish. If their kid has a fish and the fish dies like a week later, they're like, replace the fish. You'll never know.
Yeah.
And it's like you do that for like maybe 3 or 4 fish after like, 2 or 3 years. And it's like, oh, Bubbles died. Oh, man. And it's like Bubbles the 5th or something.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's different.
I kind of get because it's like fish. Yeah, I get it. But she had already had this cat for a couple years. So
that's also like punishing the cat.
Right?
Like the cat has grown up with this owner. And maybe I don't know the cat's history, but maybe the cat was from an abusive home beforehand and has an issue with men. That's a possibility.
Right.
And so
have you ever thought that you were the problem?
Right. Doesn't matter, whatever. But I'm just saying, that's just so wrong. And that's so wrong to the cat. Like the cat has fallen in love with this owner for the past 2 years. And you just get rid of it because you don't like it. And you don't even have any relationship with this dang cat.
I know. And it's like...
that's just terrible.
And he said in here, he was like, he went to a place better equipped to handle him. He went to a no-kill shelter.
Right.
Who knows who could have adopted that cat or if he got adopted at all.
Right.
They could, like, he could have gone to a worse home that did abuse him. Or maybe, like...
I mean, if a cat is shown to be too violent after a certain amount of time, like it's been rehomed multiple times, they probably will kill the cat. Honestly. Because, I mean, it's the same with dogs. Like, if you report that a dog is
violent,
is aggressive or whatever, I mean, they'll kill the dog for being aggressive. So, I'm sure the same kind of thing can happen with cats.
That just breaks my heart.
I'm, like, about to cry. If I was in that situation, I don't think I could ever forgive that person.
No, that's...
Even if I did forgive, I would never forget. I'm already that kind of person. Like, I can forgive, but I'll never forget. That's going to be, first of all, really hard to forgive. Second of all, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to, like, trust you again. Ever.
No.
With anything.
Yeah.
Because that's...
It's like, oh, the baby's crying again. Are you going to go and give it away to somebody else and get a new baby because this one's crying? Yeah. Or this one was yelling? Yeah. No. Like,
I mean, the argument there is it was a cat. Okay, that might be true, but and if you had to pick between a human and a cat, yeah, you would probably pick the human. But I'm just saying,
like that cat was probably
the
her
same
baby.
Idea applies,
Like this is the cat that she had before she got married to him, before they had a baby. So I'm thinking about our cats right now. Like these are our babies. Goose is my son. Like I birthed Willow. I did. I know I did. We are soul cats. Like, we are just, she's my soul cat. And I just can't imagine, like, years later being like, by the way, that's not actually Willow. That's another cat. Willow is somewhere else. We don't know where she is. But this cat, you've loved her.
It's terrible. I don't know who that person is, but you deserve to be shamed Publicly.
Yep.
Rocks thrown at you.
Drop his social media, his name, where he works.
Yep.
I'm emailing his employer right now. I know what you did. It's horrible. I'm sorry I had to pick that one. It was just so crazy.
That's just
that
terrible.
It's like, this is something that somebody actually did.
And you're asking if you're fuck you, man.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's some narcissistic tendencies right there, if I've ever seen any.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Ass crack. All right. All right. Number 2. Okay. Am I the asshole for locking the office fridge after someone kept stealing my lunch? All right. I, 34 male, worked in a small office with about 10 people. We share a communal kitchen, including one fridge. Over the past month, my lunch has been stolen 5 times. Not just random snacks, entire homemade meals I bring from my home. Gone without a trace. It's not just frustrating, it's expensive, and it messes up my day. I mentioned it a couple of times in the group chat, like, hey, someone's been taking my lunches, please stop. Everyone either ignored it or sent vague messages like, oh, that sucks, or some people are the worst. But no one took responsibility. So I bought a mini fridge and put it under my desk. Nothing fancy, just enough to hold my meal and a drink. I also put a little lock on it just for extra peace of mind. Since then, no more stolen lunches. Well, last Friday, one of my coworkers, I'll call her Dana, 29 female, confronted me during lunch and said it was weird and selfish that I had a personal fridge. She said it made me look paranoid and not part of the team. I said I was tired of my food being stolen and this was the only solution that worked. She said I should have just brought stuff I wouldn't care about losing, like snacks or microwave meals if I was so worried. A couple of others have now made little comments like, don't let him see your lunch, he might lock it up. Or, we get it, you're special. I'm starting to feel like the weirdo in the office just for protecting my stuff. Am I the asshole for locking up my lunch instead of letting this keep happening?
No. You're not. You're not. You stay true. Dana definitely was eating his lunches.
Dana was stealing his lunch.
Dana was the one that was eating them.
You should have just brought things you didn't care about. Why? Because you're taking them and eating them?
Right.
Miss Dana, 29 female?
My sandwich? Like,
jeez,
that's the only thing
homemade
I can think of.
Meals? Oh, bitch. That would screw up your entire day. That pisses me off. And then your coworkers want to start going off about, oh, look at how special you are for bringing you on it and having a lock.
You're just jealous.
Dude, get a different job. These people are a bunch of bitches.
The thing that got me was the not part of the team. Oh, that has nothing to do with anything. Like,
no.
What is that? What does me keeping my lunch by my desk have anything to do with being a part of the team in my job?
Mm-hmm.
That's just bringing up a lot of triggering memories for me. What does saying goodbye to y'all at the end of the day and smiling more at my desk have to do with being part of the team? That's what I'm wondering.
Honestly.
Ooh. No, that guy is a real one for... Mm-hmm. It's not like... Because a lot of people will bring microwavable meals to the office to have for lunch and say you mixed it up and forgot which one was yours and you... whatever. Bring it... I'm imagining homemade lunches is in his own Tupperware. Is he getting the Tupperware back or is that Tupperware just gone? Like, is it...
Do they return it to his desk with a sticky note that says, thanks for the meal? Like,
just so delicious. Little more salt next time.
Jeez.
I would definitely, like, I'm thinking about my
crazy.
Pyrex that I bring, like, my meals in. I'm like, if somebody stole my Pyrex, I would report them for theft. Like, it's not about the food at this point. That's my property.
And those are nice, like, glass storage containers.
Oh, my gosh. See, I'm so mad. Why do people do that? Because this is obviously a thing that people do. And I'm like, I can't even comprehend going into the fridge, looking at the selection and being like, what should I have for lunch today? I'm going to take this person's lunchbox, rifle through it and be like, oh, they have some chips. I'm going to take those chips. And what have they got? It's not yours.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. That makes me so mad.
I literally read this and I was like, Dana, you're an asshole. Like, who's the asshole in this situation? Dana. Okay? Because I just read those 2 statements and she did it. Like,
yep, she definitely
report her
did
to HR.
Exactly.
Or plant a bomb. Like, cover your sandwich or whatever with ink or something. I don't know. Or put ink in the sandwich
fridge.
so that when she eats the sandwich, it turns her mouth all blue or something.
Yes. That's what you do. Okay, yeah, you plant.
And then she can't get the ink off, so then you know who stole your lunch.
You know who did it.
And you can confront her.
Yes. That's what you do. You plant
That's
a fake sandwich.
Do it.
Oh my God, that would be so great if that actually happened.
Then take a picture and send it to, like, tag funny pear in it, because we want to see it happen.
Yes, I want to see. I want to see.
Yes. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Who stole your lunch? Okay.
Yes.
All of us together.
By the way, if you're a person out there that takes people's lunches, you need to have a moment, sit and reflect on what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be some of the lowest of the low people.
Right.
I'm just thinking of the Friends episode where Ross is going through like a bunch of his like anger management stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And he's like, somebody ate my sandwich.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he goes to his boss later and he's like, oh, that was me. Sorry. And he's like, I'm sorry. Did you mistake it for another leftover Thanksgiving sandwich with a moist maker in the middle? I'm sorry. The guy was like, I'm sorry. It was so good, but it was so large. I had to throw most of it away. And he was like, you threw my sandwich away. My sandwich? And he's like losing his mind. Gosh, dang it, Dana.
Dang it, Dana.
Oh my goodness. All right. Am I the asshole for serving my wife dinner on a dirty plate to prove a point? So,
okay.
I, 36 male, work full-time in construction, usually 50 to 60 hours a week, sometimes more. I come home exhausted, but I still take on most of the household responsibilities: cleaning, cooking, laundry, and helping taking care of our 2 kids, ages 6 and 4. My wife, 34 female, is a nurse. Her schedule fluctuates. Some weeks she works 36 hours and some weeks up to 60. I know her job is physically and emotionally draining, and I absolutely respect that. But over the past year, I've asked her to consistently take one household task: washing the dishes. Just that one. Everything else I've got. But lately the dishes have been piling up. She says she's too tired, or she just forgets. I've gently reminded her. I've even let it slide for a few days at a time, hoping that she would notice. But it keeps happening, and I end up doing them anyway. So a few nights ago, I eventually just had enough. I made dinner for everyone, and I served the kids food on paper plates. I gave myself a clean plate and handed my wife her dinner on a dirty plate from the sink. Nothing moldy or unsafe, just obviously unwashed. She stared at it and asked, "What is this?" And I said, "That's your responsibility, remember?" And she got upset and said that I was being incredibly disrespectful. I replied that I've been respectful for months while handling 90% of everything else around here, and the one small thing I asked her to do keeps getting ignored. It turned into a major fight. She said I was petty and trying to embarrass her in front of our kids. I said I just wanted her to see how it feels when someone expects something to be done and it just gets overlooked. Some friends I've talked to said I was out of line and should have just talked to her again instead of being passive-aggressive. Others said that she's been dropping the ball and maybe this was what it took to make her realize it. So am I the asshole for serving my wife dinner on a dirty plate to prove a point?
Am I the asshole if I say no?
I was thinking the same thing.
Because I don't think you're the asshole in that situation. I understand that both of y'all's jobs are demanding. I get that. But if you've asked multiple times for her to take this one chore, granted, I don't know what else she does. If she does anything, I don't know. But if you've asked her multiple times to take this one chore, and let's just give a number to it, it's been like a month and she hasn't been doing it. No. I'd be a petty asshole and I would do that. Honestly.
Same. If I had it, I'd be like, that's it. Yeah, I just think about the chores that Tyler and I do. And there'll be times where I forget to do it or he forgets to do something. And the next day we'll gently remind each other and be like, look, did you do this yesterday? Oh, shoot. No, I didn't. I totally slipped my mind, or I thought about it right when we were getting into bed or something. And then it usually gets done within that 24 hours of like the reminder, because we care about our space, because it's our space that we share. And we know that it's our responsibility and we take ownership of it. Like, it's our job to do it.
Yeah.
So therefore we do it. Like, that's how a partnership works. Like, you honor, what you're saying you're going to do. You honor that.
Right.
So I think she's
lazy, if you want me to be honest. I think she's lazy. Now, I can't say that she's like, I think she's lazy with the house chores is what I'm saying. Because, I mean, a nurse is a hard job. And I know it's demanding, and I'm not saying anything like that. Like, thank you for your service, you know, that kind of thing. But you got to take care of your home.
Right.
You're the mother with 2 kids, not saying that it's your responsibility to do the dishes. But if your husband is doing a lot of the work and he's asking you to pick up this one little thing to help him out a little bit.
Take it on yourself.
I'm sorry, but you do it.
That. Yeah.
It's a partnership. You got to do your best to make it work. You know what I mean?
Right. You should want to help out your partner in the chores and everything. Like, it's
right.
And if you're struggling with it, then you have a conversation about it, and maybe like until you figure it out, use paper plates or something to like just until you get into a routine.
But don't just keep blowing it off and being like, oh, I didn't have time, or oh, I forgot, or whatever. Because after a certain amount of time, it's, oh no, you just didn't give a shit enough about it.
Because it's a visual thing. Like, you see the
well, it also
pots and
stinks
pans
up
in the
after
sink.
a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
Because there's food on the plates and all of that. And so the house probably has bugs because she's not washing the dishes.
Yeah. That's just neglect. So I don't know what, it seems like she's one of those people that I've seen and heard about where it's like, you never had to do anything growing up, did you? Like, you didn't have chores growing up where you had to do this, and like, your laundry was magically folded and put away, and your dishes were magically done because your mom or dad did them. And it's like, when that person grows up, they just like, oh, I thought my laundry was just something that just got done. Like, I never actually had to do it. Like, she seems like that type of person, just based off this interaction. It's like, did you just think it would just, like the dish fairy would come and like clean your dishes for you in the night? No, like, you gotta show some responsibility. So, my next, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for rescinding my best friend's bridesmaid role and giving it to someone else? I need to know if I handled this poorly or if I was justified. So here we go. I, 27 female, got engaged about a year ago, and like many brides, I was thrilled to start planning. Naturally, I asked my best friend at the time, also 27 female, to be one of my bridesmaids. We had been close for years, and I couldn't imagine my wedding without her. But ever since I got engaged, she started acting different, distant. Every time I brought up wedding stuff, she'd get dismissive or make snide comments. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe she was just stressed or going through something. But the distance only grew. She stopped answering my texts and made zero effort to be involved. Meanwhile, another friend of mine, who wasn't even a bridesmaid, was constantly there for me, showing up for events, helping with planning, checking in on me, celebrating all the little things. She did everything a bridesmaid would do and more, purely out of love and support for me. Eventually, I had to make a hard call. I removed my best friend from the bridal party. I didn't do it to be petty. I just felt like I was forcing someone to be involved who clearly didn't want to be, and my other friend had more than earned a place of honor. She then returned her bridesmaid gift and never responded to my messages again. I still invited my so-called best friend to the wedding as a guest, hoping we could at least salvage the friendship in some way. Then I received her RSVP in the mail. All it said was, "How dare you still expect me to come?" Now, a few of my mutual friends are saying that I was too harsh and should have just let her stay a bridesmaid, even if she wasn't super involved, because it's more of a symbolic role. But to me, being a bridesmaid isn't about the title, it's about the love and support during one of the biggest milestones in my life. So, am I the asshole for removing my best friend from the bridal party and giving her spot to someone who actually showed up for me?
No.
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 Okay. Glad we got that cleared up.
Because I would agree that bridesmaid isn't just something that's given. I mean, sometimes it is just like a symbolic type of thing, you know? Like, okay, I have a sister, and so I need to ask my sister to be a bridesmaid or maid of honor or whatever because that's my sister.
It's like, a given.
It's a given that whatever. And or maybe if you have multiple siblings, multiple sisters, they're all going to be bridesmaids.
Right.
You know, unless they say that they don't want to, or unless they make it clear or had made it clear as you were growing up that like they're not interested or whatever, you know. But for a friend, whether it's a best friend or not, but for a best friend, it's not just a given. I mean, you can talk about it your entire life about how, oh, I'm going to make sure that when I get married, I want you to stand right there next to me and blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't mean that you can just have a free pass and not be the supportive person and, you know, be there for your best friend and still expect to have the bridesmaid role. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just...
I do know what you're saying.
I just think that it sounds like it was a little bit of jealousy or something. Like, there was some kind of jealousness happening or envy of some kind or something. And it was one-sided on the best friend's side. And that is why she wasn't showing up for her best friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else it could be. I mean, unless you like spoke to your best friend about it and was open and was like, hey, this is the situation or whatever. Like, unless you had a conversation, your best friend is going to assume that you just didn't love her as much as you said you did. And that you were jealous of the fact that she was engaged and you weren't. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if she was engaged or not based on your story, but I'm just saying that if she wasn't, it's safe to assume.
Sounds like jealousy, and like it makes me wonder too, like, I don't know, like it's very strange that it's like the zero effort to be involved. Like usually with a best friend, you would, like you said, like talk about, oh my gosh, when I get married, I want you right here with me. Like you'll probably, you know, whatever. And like, you'll be a bridesmaid or maid of honor or something. And it's like, we'll be in each other's weddings. It'll be so cute. And it's like, if I'm wondering what happened, like the shift, because obviously this girl that wrote the post thought we're still best friends, but the other girl apparently like clocked out a while ago. And agreed, but then was like, I'm actually not going to show up for anything and not be there for you. Kudos to the other friend too, for like, look, I know I'm not a bridesmaid. Like maybe she wasn't a bridesmaid due to like, I don't know, like maybe they only had a select number of people, the groomsmen were set. And so they had to have an even amount or whatever the reason may be. That other friend that wasn't a bridesmaid, it's like, you really showed up because, you know, it can be a big deal to be a bridesmaid. It's to some people, it's like everything. To some people, they don't really care. They're like, oh, well, you know, but I'll still be there for you anyway because I love you for you, not for the honor of this role that you're going to bestow upon me. Like, our friendship is not a transactional thing where it's like, you need to give me this in order for me to respond. It's like, that's not how it works. So it is curious that this so-called bestie was like, actually, no. Also like, how dare you expect me to come to your wedding now? It's like, I'm sorry. What?
I'm sorry, but who is in the wrong in this situation?
How dare I? I literally...
Like, I can 100% understand that if you were, like, if the role of bridesmaid was taken from you, I can understand that is very hard emotionally, that is a certain kind of, you're not good enough for this role kind of phrase. You know what I mean? Without saying those words exactly, that's what it is. But in this situation, at least if I was in this situation, it would have been an inward thing where I'm thinking, oh gosh, what did I do wrong? And then I would apologize to my friend, like, I'm so sorry. And then I would do everything I could to make it better. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just write it off and say, screw you, I'm not coming to your wedding.
I guess our friendship is over.
Like, right. So,
yeah. I do wonder, too, if this girl, like, if they actually, like, talked it out. Like, did they discuss this beforehand? Because if the person that said, screw you, you're not a bridesmaid anymore, like, if it came out of the blue and there was, like, no discussion beforehand, I could get the like, okay, that was a bit abrupt and harsh. But and then I would be like, okay, maybe you're kind of the asshole because you just up out of the blue was like, you're fired, you know, like in a metaphorical sense. But it's like, if they did have those conversations, wonder if it says in here. It does say she stopped answering texts and made zero effort. So it's like, okay, maybe she even tried to reach out to her and the other girl wasn't responding. And it's like, okay, I've tried, but obviously you've changed. I don't know what happened, but...
I'm sorry, but that's like, you should do everything in your power to make it less stressful for the bride, not more stressful by not being present.
And I would think, like, in my personal opinion, like, I'm a bridesmaid in one of my friend's weddings. She gets married next March, and I'm so excited.
Ooh.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. And so
I know who you are.
When she asked me to be a bridesmaid, I was like, oh my God, yes. Like, I was so excited. And I'm like, personally, I'm like, okay, I've got like a role to like play. Like, I've got to step it up. Like, not, make sure to be really involved. Like, I'm like in all the group chats and doing all the things, and like people are like, she's gonna have a sword send off, which is as cool as it sounds. We're all gonna have swords, and we're gonna like hold it over the aisle as she and her new husband like walk down. It's gonna be awesome. So I was like, yeah, I've got a sword, which I do. I've got a sword to contribute, whatever. So it's like, this honor was bestowed upon me, and I feel so grateful and thankful for this, because it's like, I know you've got other friends, and I'm sure, I'm so thankful that you thought of me and chose me for this. I'm really honored. And it's like, I don't know, to think that happened to somebody else, like they asked someone and that person was just like, nah, I guess, fine, sure, but then didn't do anything with it. It's like, do you even care that you were asked in the first place? Because it seems like it didn't matter to you in the first place, but now that it's been taken away from you, suddenly it meant the world. And it meant your entire friendship was on the line.
Listen, I would say advice to somebody who's in this situation right now. If you are the bridesmaid in this situation, maybe reach out or be honest from the beginning and say, I'm not interested. Or reach out and talk to them. Be like, hey, I'm feeling such and such way, have a conversation about it. If you guys are truly friends and best friends at that, it'll be an understanding conversation. Okay, it's not going to be a attacking type of thing that's going to ruin friendships. You know what I mean? So just talk to each other. Don't just shut down and not answer texts and whatever. Yeah. So reach out. And if you're the bride in that situation, you're not the drama. No. You're not the drama. Your day is your day. And anybody who jeopardizes that probably doesn't deserve to be there.
Yeah. Well, I hope this bride is happy with the people that she did have with her, and that it was a beautiful, beautiful day.
Okay, I have one more. It's a quickie.
Oh.
So, am I the asshole for constantly telling my boyfriend that his feet stink? Okay.
Okay.
I only tell him when it's so bad that I can smell it across the room.
Oh.
Sometimes he'll shower and won't wash his feet correctly.
Ew.
And when we're laying on the couch, I can still catch whiffs of it.
Oh.
This just happened tonight, and he stormed off, washed them really quick, and stormed out of the apartment. Everything else feels fine in our relationship. It's just this one thing that's been a constant struggle, to have to continually tell him to wash them. I even bought him an antibacterial soap and told him to start using an antifungal. I also had him wash all of his shoes, but his feet just still seem to stink. I don't know if I should just be okay with it at this point, but my concern is I let it become normal and our apartment starts to smell like feet constantly. I especially don't want that. I especially don't want to be the couple with the apartment that smells like feet. Should I send him to a doctor? Is there anyone who's ever experienced this before?
She's like, am I the drama? Also, I need medical advice.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna say no. She's not the drama, because men stink. They do. And I'm imagining when you said the part where he doesn't wash his feet properly, I guarantee you he's one of those guys that thinks that his legs and feet are clean because when he rinsed the shampoo off his head, the soap ran down his legs. Therefore, he's clean.
Yep.
Which I cannot fathom. Not like TMI, but I take my washcloth with my soap and I'm head to toe and then front and back. You know what I'm saying? Like head to toe, front and back, and everywhere. Every time. I can't imagine just like washing pits, tits, and bits and then being done. Like, just being like, that's good enough. The soap ran down my legs, therefore my feet and my toe cheese must be, smelling like flowers. No, that's not how it works. So no, I don't think she's a drama at all. Because at that point, maybe he does need. She got him an antifungal. She's like, "I love you, honey. You smell so bad, like bad." Oh man. Okay. Here's another thought. How long did she say? How long that his feet had been smelling? Like, did you say like, oh, it's been a few months?
No, she just said everything feels fine in our relationship. It's just been a constant struggle to have to continually tell him to wash them. So constant struggle makes me sound like they've been together for a while. Everything else is fine in their relationship makes me think that they've probably got an established relationship. I would say it's probably at least a 6-month relationship.
Okay. This is where I'm going with this. Could she just be pregnant and her nose is just picking up on some stank that's not really that, like, not there? You know what I'm saying? Because pregnant women can, like, smell really well. Like, apparently that's a symptom, is that they can, like everything smells.
It's heightened or whatever.
And plus things can smell bad that don't normally smell bad, but to you it does. I'm like, maybe it's not. I don't know. That could be just, I don't know. That was just another thought that I had where it's like, she could also just be having heightened senses and think they smell really bad, but in reality, maybe it's just like a natural.
Maybe she's smelling her feet.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Oh man, I mean, if she bought him an antifungal, I'm pretty sure. Like, is the guy just not using it? Like,
I don't know.
Ew.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions. This was a really short story, and I have more questions that I need to have answered.
Yeah.
But overall, no, you're not the drama. I can understand from the guy's perspective how it's annoying and how, you know, hearing it constantly can get a little under your skin. I can understand that. But, you know, one thing to solve that is to wash your damn feet.
Yeah.
So.
Wash yourself.
Yeah. So.
There you go.
And if your shoes are so bad that even washing them can't fix them, maybe it's time to get some new shoes.
Exactly. New shoes, new socks. Also, wear socks one day and then they go in the hamper. Don't wear them for 3 days because then it's marinating. Like, don't do that.
I mean, literally the purposes of your sock is to basically catch your feet sweat. Your foot sweat. And if you tell me that your foot doesn't sweat, y'all be
liars.
Lying. Y'all be pissed drunk lying.
My feet are sweaty right now.
My feet are too, honestly. Okay, if you ever taken your socks off and smelled them after a hard day's work, they stanky. They ratchet. They gross. Throw them bitches in the hamper. Just get them washed. Don't wear them a second day.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Gross.
And also, nobody's shoes smell good. Okay?
No.
Nobody's shoes smell good.
Unless they're
brand new. But if yours are so damn ratchet, let me tell you something. You gotta invest in a shoe banana.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yes, I got it at a work party, Secret Santa event. Okay. It wasn't somebody trying to tell me that my feet stink because it was like nobody knew anything. You were just randomly picking gifts, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't technically used it yet, but it smells like tea tree and lavender and it's excellent. But you basically take this banana and you stick it in your shoe and it's a shoe deodorizer. And after it's been used, it'll turn brown. So the banana will ripen as it's being used.
Ripen.
Okay? And then you know, based on how quickly it gets ripened, I guess, how stinky your feet really are.
Your feet are
anyway,
ripe.
all that to say, invest in a nice shoe banana. Wash your socks.
Yes.
Replace your socks. Maybe you need to get thicker socks, not them little thin. I was about to say thin shits, but I'm trying to find something else to say. Anyway, don't get yourself the thin ones. Get the thicker ones.
Don't get them thin shits.
Don't get them thin shits. Get the thicker ones with a little bit of cotton to them, a little bit of padding.
Something absorbent.
Yeah.
Ew.
Anyway, all right. You know me and my feet.
I know.
my feet somewhat obsession.
Your feet.
I swear to God, I'm not obsessed with feet. I hate feet with a passion. Oh God. I don't know why I know so much about them and why
every episode.
They make me want to vomit. That's like feet really make me want to vomit. Anyway, okay, moving on. Ew, get your nasty feet off the camera. That's disgusting.
They're not disgusting. They're clean.
I don't know. Did you wash them with a washcloth?
I did.
You need some antifungal soap?
I do not. My feet smell great.
You have a freckle on the bottom of your foot. I never realized that.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I never realized that.
Actually,
I have one on top of my foot, but I don't have one on the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's just the one foot. Yeah. I went to the dermatologist the other day, and I was just getting my freckles and moles and everything checked because, you know.
Mm-hmm. You're a moly girl.
I am, so I got to get them checked regularly. In fact, they actually cut one off. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, she's gone. Bye. She's a little pale scar now, but she like lifted my foot and was like, "Oh, you've got one on the bottom of your foot." And I was like, "Oh, how's it looking?" She's like, "It's just a little freckle. It looks fine." I was like, "Okay, I didn't know that." So now when I got home, I was like, "I do have one on the bottom of my foot." Because I don't look down there very often.
No.
How often do you look at the bottom of your foot?
Right.
Right? So,
yeah.
Anyway.
That's crazy.
Sorry. It's kind of gross.
It's all good.
So do you hate...
wash your damn feet.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just going to ask, do you hate it when like people touch your feet? Like if you're getting a pedicure or something?
I think the answer to that question is no. But I don't like the scrubby part where they scrub your feet. I hate that part.
I do too.
I don't think that I have ugly feet.
No,
I don't. And maybe that's me like being whatever, like stuck on myself. I don't know. Call me whatever you want. But I don't think my feet are ugly.
No.
I mean, I got like, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to talk about my feet right now. But I don't think they're ugly.
She's like, let me describe
I don't necessarily care if other people see my feet or touch my feet, whatever. But I think the only place where I'm comfortable with that situation is if I'm getting a pedicure. If somebody's just trying to touch my feet, I'm weirded out. I'm grossed out. I'm sorry, but we got to move on to a different... You got to be obsessed with something else, okay? If I was ever in a relationship and my guy had a foot fetish... I don't know if I could continue with said relationship. We'd have to have a conversation about it. That would be difficult for me. But if it's something that you really enjoy, I might make a sacrifice. But I can't. I mean, God, we'd have to be in a relationship for months before I let you just rub all up on my foot. Like, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for me to get comfy there. So, yeah, I guess to answer your question, the pedicure person is the only person, I guess, that is okay with touching my foot. You know, like it's not a weird situation in that case because that's their job.
Good to know.
Now, I have said many times, why would you ever want to do somebody's pedicure? Because you get some rank feet in there.
Right? Like,
and I don't want to touch them. So.
That's... Ugh. Imagine like you get some old lady's feet and like
oh God, a visceral reaction,
and like she's got like bunions and
oh Lord,
or like she's like it's one of those people that like lets their toenails grow out real long, like kind of curl and they're all Jesus. Yellow and you gotta like scrub the bottom of her crusty foot.
Nope. You could not pay me enough money to do that.
What if it was like $1 million?
No.
Really? $1 million?
I would not touch your nasty, crusty ass nails on your toes for $1 million. I would not do it. If you gave me some like triple gloved up hands, I might be willing. If I'm allowed to bring gloves, I might be willing.
Right. Okay.
It also depends on whose feet, because like if it's your feet and you're an old lady and you got crusty johns, that's fine.
I don't have crusty feet.
I know you, I love you, so I would do your pedicure for you. But my mom, I'd do them. My aunt, my grandma, yeah, okay. My nana, sure. But if you're just some random, I don't know where your feet have been. What if your husband has a foot fetish? What is he doing with your feet? I don't want to think about that. That makes me uncomfy. So,
well, congratulations. Congratulations, you've made everyone uncomfy. Because now whenever I go get pedicures and I look at everybody else in the chairs, I'm going to look at their feet and be like,
oh my God. You've probably never seen this video, but I have to tell you what it was. Okay. It was a video of this. Oh, I'm going to be sick just thinking about it.
Okay.
It was this couple, husband and wife, maybe in their 40s. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The person who's recording is in their own car. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're recording what this couple is doing in a different car.
Okay.
And this guy, this couple in this other car in their 40s, whatever, he is leaned over just sucking on this girl's toes in traffic at an just sucking on them. Okay. Oh my God. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Like, it's disgusting.
My eyes are watering. It's really gross.
And the caption on the video was just like, what the actual fuck, or something like that. I don't even know. Oh my God. But I think at one point, it's been a long time since I've seen this video, but I think at one point they noticed that they were being recorded and he looked up and was like he bobbed his head like, what are you looking at? Like, what do you want from me?
To stop.
Oh my God.
That's what I want. Do that at home.
You don't do that at an intersection in the car.
Also, that's distracted driving. I'm calling the cops.
Yeah. That's public indecency, actually.
That's a lot of things.
I'm calling the cops.
That's a lot of things.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Little foot conversation there, I guess. But oh Lord.
Anyway. Final thoughts, I guess.
Final thoughts. I think most of these know you weren't the asshole, right?
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, there was like maybe one that was you're the asshole. The cat. Yep. That was the only one I think that we decided that you were the asshole.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have a lot of really nice people in the world. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That think that they're the ones that are the drama. And it's like, no, you're okay. You're overthinking it. If you need to be validated by the public on Reddit and on Funny Pair, we're just here to let you know that no,
us hosts,
you're okay.
We got you.
We got you. You're okay. Everything's fine. Basically, a lot of these could be solved if you just talked with the person that you're dealing with. Like,
why are people so scared to have a conversation?
Right?
I don't understand that.
To people that you're like, a lot of these were like my spouse, my friend, my brother,
people that
like
you should
my
be comfortable
husband,
with.
whatever.
Like, I don't know.
Sounds like we got some deeper issues here that we need to address. And it's not just that moment. Sounds like we need to go to couples counseling. So,
what do you think, Speed?
You had a lot to say earlier. Oh,
I know. Now he doesn't have anything to say.
Don't put your booty in the camera.
That's inappropriate. You know what I still haven't eaten?
What?
My blue raspberry push pop.
Sorry, I didn't know where you were going because we were just talking about cats' butts. So I was like,
"What? Sorry,
what have you not eaten?"
I'm looking at this blue raspberry push pop over here, and I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, well, that's what you should do tonight. Enjoy your blue raspberry push pop. When I come over next weekend, we should get some of the candy that you were talking about. That could be one of the snacks. It's a push pop.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Or I know we were going to do like an episode of trying the candies.
Yeah, we were going to do an episode.
But if you want.
But there's a lot of candies that I've had that you haven't tried. So maybe we just I can get a couple.
Okay.
I'll get a push pop.
Okay.
And we'll have a push pop.
Okay.
Okay. Something we're loving and hating. If we don't stop, we'll just keep going.
Bree hates feet, and I hate that story that she just told. All right.
Sorry.
Thanks for listening, you guys. Thank you for summing that up. All right. Well, something that I am loving. DreamWorks movies right now, specifically 2 of them. So Saturday was a movie day for me and Tyler. We went at 9 a.m. to see the new live action How to Train Your Dragon, right? And if y'all know me, if y'all know anything about me, you will know that series, those 3 movies are some of my most favorite movies of all time. The best soundtrack ever. John Powell is a god, and he is on my Apple Replay every year. Like, he's like, your number 2 artist was John Powell. Of course it was, because he's a genius. Anyway, I could go on a whole dissertation about that. So we go see the live action one. It was good. I will say it did kind of give like the live action Lion King a little bit, where it's like, it's the exact same movie, just live action. Like, didn't really add anything, they didn't take away anything. I was literally quoting the movie, which I had obviously never seen the live action one, but it was so similar to the first one that I was like, oh, this quote, this quote, this quote, this scene. Like, it was an exact replica, which I appreciated because I'm glad they didn't take anything away or change too much. But I was hoping for a little bit more je ne sais quoi, you know what I'm saying? Like, a little extra.
Just a little spice.
A little spice.
Not in the spicy kind of way, but in like the spice.
Yes.
The tasteful kind.
Yes, tasteful spice. So I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. I'd give the first one a 20 out of 10. But I'd give this one like a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Well, then we went home and watched this movie called The Wild Robot. I texted Brie about this.
Oh, girl.
When I say that's probably one of the best movies I have ever seen, I mean it with my whole chest. Like, that movie was so beautiful. It came out like late last year, like maybe November.
Yeah, something like that.
So, first of all, animation, beautiful animation. It was like a painted, like, I don't know, it was like an acrylic painting that came to life. It was just gorgeous. The music, incredible. I've also been listening to that soundtrack because that goes crazy. The story is so simple, but it is so touching and heart-wrenching and just so close to home to so many people. It had me and Tyler sobbing our eyes out. Like, credits are rolling, we look at each other, and tears are streaming down our faces.
Oh my gosh.
And we sat and we talked about the movie, like, after, while the credits are rolling. We're talking about this movie. We rewind and go back to a certain scene to, like, discuss it, because we're like, okay, when this happens, like, this is a really big moment for the movie. Like, whatever. It, highly recommend it. Such a sweet, just beautiful movie. I know if y'all don't like animation, or you think, oh, it's a kid's movie, it's definitely one of those movies where the kids will like it for what it looks like, but the parents and adults will love it for what it means. And it's just so beautiful. And I'm loving it. And I want to watch it again already. Like, I'm like, okay, let's put it back on, because what are you talking about? That's crazy. All right, what are you loving right now? Or hating?
All right, I have 3 things. I'm going to go really fast. First, there is a bird's nest outside of my window in my bedroom, and there's 3 little babies in that bird's nest. And that mama is working so hard to feed those babies, and it's so cute. I wake up every morning, and those little babies are there. One of them little babies in there are a rambunctious little scamp, and about falls out of the nest every single time the mom shows up. He's like, let me get that food first. Let me get it, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
me first.
Very cute, very cute. Second, it is the 14th birthday of Nerdy Nummies today. Happy birthday, Nerdy Nummies.
Is it really?
It really is. They just made a post today, like 30 minutes before we started recording, that it's the 14th birthday of Nerdy Nummies.
Oh my gosh.
So, happy birthday, Nerdy Nummies. Yes. You were a part of my childhood. I remember your first videos. So, wow. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And third, obviously, I'm really excited for you to come that weekend.
Yes.
The whole purpose is there's Tony and Ryan podcast. Okay. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it.
Yes.
But we are fans of said podcast, and they're doing a tarpathon. And I'm very excited.
On their Patreon.
It's called Dual Confinement on their Patreon. And they're going to be locked in a cell together for 24 hours. And they're going to live stream it. And so we're going to get together and we're going to do a little watch party, so to say. So we're going to have some snacks and stuff.
Yep.
And it's Australian time. So when they start, it's going to be like 6 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
Because technically I'm in Central Time.
Yeah.
So it'll be 6 p.m. my time. But anyway, it'll be really good. And I'm excited.
Yep.
And we're going to stay up as late as we can. And then
see what happens. So. Yep. Yep. It's
yeah.
When this episode comes out, it'll be this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this weekend. So we'll let y'all know how it was on Maybe not next week's episode, but the week after. We'll let y'all know how it went.
Yeah. That'll be the 20th episode. That'll be the season finale.
Oh my gosh, have we told the pairs that?
Well, we've talked about how we're doing seasons.
I didn't know if we talked about our calendar, though. We should let them know.
Go ahead, let them know.
Okay, yeah. So if y'all don't know, we are going to be taking a little bit of a summer break. Not right now. Y'all still have a couple more weeks of episodes. But we are going to be taking a break from July the 10th through July the 22nd. So we will not have, or the 20.
It's 2 weeks.
Sorry, yes. It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks where you won't have episodes.
Yes. So you will not have an episode July 16th or the 23rd. I know. Just breathe. Yeah. Breathe it in.
Just breathe, guys.
And out. In. And out. In. Hold it. And out. Okay. Breathe, guys. So yes, we are going to be taking a little bit of a summer break to, spend time with our families and not stare at a screen every single day. Not that we don't love it, because we love it. We love doing this for you guys. But just wanted to let y'all know that in July, it's going to be a couple less episodes. But don't worry, we've got some fun things planned for the rest of the season and maybe some other things in between on our break. Just a couple little things. I don't know, maybe something.
Yeah, so if you're wanting to keep up with us and you don't want to miss us, you should go follow our Instagram.
Yes. Okay, segue.
Yeah, you should go follow our Instagram. Anything extra that might possibly maybe be posted. Maybe. Winky face, maybe.
We'll be there.
We'll be there on our Instagram. You'll stay up to date on everything, and we'll be active during the break. So y'all go follow. Go follow the Insta. Go do it.
I thought for a second you were gonna read my pink thing. I was about to be
I know.
Do it, girl. Go.
For a second, I started quoting, and I was like, I'm gonna save that.
I dare you.
That's her part. Oh man,
we just switched one episode,
right? Honestly.
Oh my gosh. No.
But yeah, go follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
To stay up to date on everything.
Yep. Our tangent tally.
Yes.
Is.
Hit me.
5.
5?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought we talked about feet like at least 5 times.
Well, we did. But did that count as one tangent of the 1 foot?
Oh, I see.
Is that talking about feet?
Well, I wonder if it was like we talked about the foot thing and then, we talked about replacing your socks, whatever. And then we got into, you asked me about pedicures. And then I brought up the video about the guy sucking that girl's toes. And then, So, and then we talked about your freckle on your foot.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that one. Okay. Updating. Scratch that. What I just said, with all of that in mind, we're at 7. I forgot about the video and the freckle. So, 7.
Oh, 7.
If y'all know the thing from Friends. She's like, 7, 7, 7.
I want to see her chart.
Right?
Have you ever wondered?
I have.
Like, what that chart is?
Right?
Like, I'm curious.
I'm thinking 1, 2... Maybe like 3 is like the top of the shoulder. 4, chest. Maybe the back is another one. 5.
I was thinking stomach would be 5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
And then 6, maybe like, inner thigh.
Oh, and then
7.
7 is
that might be what her chart is.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't think it'd be neck and shoulder. I think it would be just 1. So lips are 1. Neck is 2. Chest is 3.
I almost wonder if it's like behind the ear almost is 2. Like closer to the ear is 2.
And then maybe more like on the clavicle.
Down further like collarbone is 3.
Yes.
And then chesticles is 4.
4. Stomach is 5.
Stomach is 5. Inner thigh is 6. And then that's
7. Okay.
That might be what it is.
And then Rachel says too, like Chandler was looking at it and he was like, that's 1? Oh wait, I was looking at it upside down. And then Rachel says, sometimes that helps. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
And that's where the feet comes in. That's where the feet comes in. Number 1 is your big toe. Number 2 is your pinky toe.
And then your third toe.
You go from the 5 toes straight up to the inner thigh and the other bit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let us know in the comments what y'all think the 7 erogenous zones are.
Let us know.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Okay.
All right. And with that, be sure to follow us on your preferred podcast listening platform, as well as our Instagram to stay up to date on all of our latest news and releases. Our Instagram is @funnypairpod, by the way. Also, let us know what you think of this episode and the podcast in general by sending us a DM or leaving a comment on one of our Instagram posts. Or if you feel so inclined, please take a second to please, I'm begging you, please rate us 5 stars on whatever you're listening on. Rate and review the podcast. It would mean so much to us, and those ratings and reviews will help us grow our orchard. So please, we would love to hear from you guys. We really would. Honest.
We really would. We would love to hear from you.
Even if it's just a hey.
So much.
I'd be like, oh my God, hey.
Yeah.
We'll respond.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone all the time. We established that last episode. I'm on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
So...
And she got a new one, so she's definitely on her phone all the time.
Exactly. So I'm ready to go, y'all.
All the links for where to find us are in the description below this episode. We love every single one of our pairs, whether you've just found us or if you've been here since the beginning. If you're enjoying what you hear and you just can't wait until next week, check out our past episodes and let us know what you think. Last week's episode is about the anniversary for Madeline and Tyler.
Aww.
So wish them a happy anniversary if you haven't already.
Thanks.
A big thank you to everyone for joining us in this episode and for helping our orchard grow. We'll talk to y'all again on Wednesday. And remember,
when you're the best of friends, having so much fun together, you're not even aware you're such a funny pair.
So, did you know about Tony and Ryan's nugget eating thing that they did?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's from that place.
So they ate a nugget for every new patron they got.
Yes.
Like in the month of October or something from the year 2021 or something. 2022, something like that. Anyway, I watched their live stream of that today because it's still on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
They only got to like 200 nuggets and then they crapped out. But anyway,
that's a lot of nuggets.
Yeah, well, so they didn't each eat that. They had Torb's help and they had Bridget help.
Oh, okay.
So they ate some. And then I can't remember who their like camera guy was at the time, but he also ate some. I want to say his name was like Tony or something like that.
Yeah. How many nuggets do you think we could eat? Just the two of us. Like if we're talking Wendy's chicken nuggets. Or where's your favorite chicken nugget from? Is it Chick-fil-A?
Probably Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Okay. How many Chick-fil-A nuggets do you think we could eat? Like, say we hadn't eaten all day and it was like 4 or 5 o'clock and we hadn't eaten all day and we're starving to death. I think we could eat like...
I would like to say that between the two of us, we could do at least 50.
I'd like to say that, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like 25.
Between the two of us?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I'm thinking I could do 25 by myself.
I don't know. Like, I know myself and I'm like, oh, I could eat like a whole, whatever. And then, I don't know. Maybe I could. If I hadn't eaten all day, I could probably get at least 20 nuggets. If they were true nugget sized. No sauces. Because sauces will just fill you up.
I would have to do sauces.
Yeah? Might do a ketchup.
It a little bit. To like
help it
go
slide
down my throat,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I might do a ketchup. Because if you do Chick-fil-A sauce, I'm like, that's a whole, I don't know, that's going to fill me up. And if the goal is to eat as many nuggets as we can.
I really think I could do 25.
We could probably do 50.
I would be stuffed to the brim and I probably would like vomit if I had 26. But I think I could make it to 25.
Yeah. We probably could. We'd probably do 50.
They didn't even try this either, but like double fisting it, like having 2 nuggets for one bite.
I thought that was against your rules because that's
that only applies to French fries.
I mean, 2 things at once.
And that only applies to when Madeline is eating French fries because I don't make that sound. That's only
I
Madeline.
thought you could only eat one thing at a time.
Well, I think I could make an exception if we're trying to eat as many chicken nuggets as once. Okay, hold on. As many chicken nuggets as we can.
Yeah.
In one sitting.
Yes. Now, it's not a timed thing, right?
No.
It's not like in 2 hours or something.
Right, but I'm just thinking, like, if you eat 2 nuggets in one bite, that's like tricking your body into eating 1 nugget.
Tricking.
You know what I'm
your
saying?
Your brain's like, that was just 1.
Yeah, but really you've got 2.
See, now you understand why I eat 2 fries at once. No,
that's
don't
different.
Blink at me.
That's different.
She blinked at me all slow and judgy.
That's different. That's different. Speaking of, do you want fries at the watch party? Or you don't want fries at the watch party?
Well, I mean, by itself? I mean, I love fries.
Well, here's the deal. Yeah. I've got like 5,000 things on my list of things I could make.
Oh.
I'm not going to make all 5,000 things.
Right.
Because we can only eat 25 nuggets.
Exactly.
So we can't eat that much.
If my math is correct.
But the equivalent of like 12 might be like 4 small items.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thought process was like, we could have mini sliders. We wanted to do that. I was thinking of making like Parmesan truffle fries. Ooh, bitch. Oh, bitch, girl. Oh, bitch. Suck my toes. That sounds so good. Don't actually, because I would disown you. But it's a figure of speech. Okay.
Well, we gotta make the truffle fries because dang.
Yeah, I think they'll be really good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. I can't continue. That was so out of pocket for me.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm over here crying. Okay.
I'm writing it down. That might be the reel for the
suck
week.
My toes.
Adding it to the dictionary. Beans,
my sides hurt
crazy
so bad.
sauce, will suck my
toe. You're adding that to the dictionary?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the funny pair dictionary. Crazy sauce, beans, and suck my toes.
Anyway.
Truffle fries.
So yeah, truffle fries,
toe
popcorn
sucking
chicken. Good. That's Funny Pear's catchphrase.
Toe licking good.
Okay. Popcorn chicken.
Right. I hear you.
And then we gotta have popcorn. And I was thinking about also making chocolate chip cookies or peanut butter cookies.
I'm crying. Oh my God. Breathe in. Hold it.
I can't hold it. Oh, God.
Breathe in.
Okay.
And breathe out. I have tears coming down my face. Oh, I just hit the mic. I'm so sorry. Anyway.
I'll figure it out. We can't talk about this right now. We can't. We ruined it. There's too much that just happened.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen, if that doesn't make you join the orchard, I don't know what will.
Welcome to the orchard. This is what happens.
This is what happens.
Gosh. God, that's so funny. My abs hurt. I don't have abs. I should now.
Oh.
Ooh. That was Quit laughing.
I'm not trying to laugh.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I just keep thinking about it.
I just keep thinking about it. Okay. You're never going to look at feet the same.
Nope.
Challenge of the week. Try and use the phrase suck my toes in a conversation. Like, well, butter my biscuit. Well, suck
butter
my
biscuit,
toes.
suck my toes. Okay. I feel like we need to say goodbye now. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.